Blackmore.
Welcome, folks, to the very start of History Behind the Fighting Styles, Soul Calibur Edition. In today's video, I'll be going over Seong Mina, one of my all-time favorite characters in the entire Soul Calibur series. Cute, spunky, and a fighting prodigy looking to always prove herself on the battlefield. Not only are we discussing her blade, the Naginata, but also the martial art behind it, Naginatajutsu, which is probably how the format will be when it comes to Soul Calibur fighting style content episodes. So if you like this change in format, please let me know in the comments. Now let's get this show on the road, folks. Naginatajutsu is a traditional Japanese martial art that involves using a weapon called the Naginata that has a long handle with a curved sword blade at the end. The art is divided into different kata or forms, focusing on striking, blocking, thrusting, and footwork techniques. The Naginata, or the blade itself, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, Naginata is a long pole weapon with a curved blade at the end. The length of the pole varies from person to person, depending on their height, and the length of the blade is around 30 inches. The weapon was once used by women for defense during the feudal period. Don't worry, I'll be circling back to this to fully understand why this was the case. Techniques behind Naginatajutsu include both offensive and defensive moves. The martial art focuses more on the use of the weapon rather than the physical power of the body. Some of the moves in the art involve sweeping, thrusting, and striking. The goal of these techniques is to take down opponents as quickly as possible. The training regimen in Naginatajutsu is rigorous and disciplined. Training involves learning the forms and techniques through repetition. The martial art also includes various physical exercises such as stretching, cardio, and strength training, because of course you're going to be carrying that giant long blade. For students who want to pursue the art to the highest level, competitions and tournaments also take place. Now, to fully come back on why was the weapon used only by women, the Naginata was a popular weapon used by the samurai class in Japan. But women of feudal Japan weren't permitted to take up traditional weapons like swords, spears, or daggers, as it was seen as inappropriate for them to handle such weapons. In that regard, women needed some kind of efficient and effective weapon that they could use to defend themselves. Moreover, during wartime, women left behind with children while their husbands went out to fight. They needed a tool that could defend their households if it comes down to it. Naginata was a formidable weapon in the hands of women and came to be known as the Ona Bogisha, a female samurai warrior. And I do apologize if I butcher that word. This ancient Japanese martial art has its roots dating back to the feudal period, where samurai warriors wielded the deadly Naginata blade alongside their katana swords. The Naginata is a pole weapon that features a curved blade at the end, like I mentioned earlier. And it was primarily used as a weapon for women since it allowed them to keep their enemies at a distance, while also allowing them to engage in close combat when necessary. As time passed and the need for Naginata use declined, the art of Naginatajutsu shifted to become a martial art focused on discipline, technique, and form. Naginatajutsu was highly influenced by other martial arts such as Kendo and Lado. However, it wasn't until the late 19th century that Naginatajutsu was organized into a formal sports competition. The competition format created a new dimension for Naginatajutsu by adding a scoring system and a set of rules. This has allowed Naginatajutsu to reach a wider audience and has now become a popular sport both nationally and internationally, keeping this thing alive to where it does not get lost through time. In Japan, Naginatajutsu is still practiced primarily by women, and it is considered one of the martial arts that's best optimized the grace and elegance of martial arts. The elegance of Naginatajutsu lies in the grace of its sweeping movements and the agility of the practitioner, who has to master the coordination of the pole and the blade while maintaining a perfect balance. Nowadays, Naginatajutsu is practiced all over the world, and it continues to evolve as a martial art, a sport, and a cultural tradition. There are even dedicated Naginatajutsu schools and gyms in many parts of the world. So if you're interested in this martial art, there's likely a place for you to start practicing near your location. Seong Mina has always been a pretty fascinating character, with breathtaking animations with her Naginata blade. If we ever get another brand new title into the series that goes beyond Retelling 1, like Soul Calibur 6 did, if things are done right, just hopefully we can see this wonderful series raise its blade high into the sky once again. Until then, the community must keep the flames alive. If you made it towards the end of the video, thank you so much for taking the time. Please give a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to be updated on any upcoming content. Stop by the Discord community as well if you ever want to chat or play games. This is Blackboy2323 here, signing out. See you next time. Peace.